One of the main reasons why people don't travel is money. So, on today's podcast, I'd like to share 5 tips on how to travel without spending a lot. You won't stay in a 5-star hotel with room service and huge breakfasts, but you'll be comfortable and safe, which is all you need to have a great trip. Tip 1 is to find a job. If you work while you're traveling, you'll have enough money to buy food, and your accommodation might be free too, although not always. You can live with a family and look after their children, or you can work on a farm and pick fruit. You'll be busy and you won't have time to go sightseeing every day, but you'll have some time off to enjoy the local area. Tip 2 is to look for accommodation that doesn't cost very much. There are websites where you can find a room in someone's home at a much cheaper price than a hotel. Be careful when you decide where to stay. Do research to check that people who stayed in those rooms before were happy with their experience and felt safe and comfortable. Tip 3 is about food. Food can cost a lot when you have to eat in a cafe or restaurant 3 times a day, so don't eat in those places. Cook your own meals. You'll still be able to try some of the local food if you shop at a supermarket, and you'll spend much less money, which is what you want. You should still do this even if you don't have a kitchen in your accommodation. Just make cold meals. Tip 4 is about transport. Try not to take transport if you can. Walk. It's free. If you do have to take transport, try to use the bus to travel around. Look for tickets that let you travel anywhere in the town or city for a few days or a week. They're often much cheaper. Finally, tip 5. Go online and connect with other people. You might not know anyone in the place you want to visit, but maybe one of your friends has a friend who lives there. You can ask that person if they know anywhere cheap to stay. Maybe they'll offer you a room in their home, and then you've got your cheap accommodation too.
When the plane landed in Rio, it felt as if we were landing on the edge of the world. I showed my passport, rechecked my bags, and sat and waited. One more plane journey, then a taxi ride, and I reached my new home, a town in the south of Brazil. In those first weeks, everything was surprising to me. I felt a bit like a newborn baby. It was strange to see a mango tree in my garden, strange to go into a shop that sold lots of fruits I'd never heard of, strange to realize this heat was normal for a Brazilian summer. And then there was the noise, samba music on the buses, the shouting every time someone scored a goal on TV, families sitting outside laughing late into the night. The sounds of a country in love with life. I walked along the coast every morning and explored the town and came across a few cafes that served the strongest coffee you've ever tasted. They served it in a tiny cup and called it a cafezinho. They didn't seem to notice the stranger with the funny accent. Or maybe they noticed but didn't care. They accepted me, and I accepted my new life. The town had hardly anything. No cinema, no theatre, not even a library. But it had soul, and it had the sea. Some say the people of the world are the same everywhere you go. Maybe it's true, but it wasn't for me. I'd expected to be lonely, but I made plenty of friends, enough for a lifetime. The lady who brought bananas to my door, the teenager who fixed my fridge, the fisherman who sold me crabs straight from his boat. And the dogs, those dogs on the beach were my friends too, walking the same routes as me, hunting for crabs under the sand. Maybe that's what living by the sea does, makes everyone closer. I don't know. But as I lie in my hammock every day, all I hear is the sound of the waves saying, "Live your life. Live your life."
Hi Sam, it's Mark here.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm calling because I'm going to Shanghai next month. I wondered if you could give me some recommendations for things to see and do while I'm there.
Sure. I know the city really well.
Great, thanks.
So you've never been to Shanghai?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you're going to have a great time. It's an amazing city. There's so much to see and do.
Oh, wow. How exciting. I'm taking my dad with me. Is there anything in particular you think we should do?
Yes, of course. There are a few things you absolutely have to see.
Right.
First of all, when you arrive at the airport, make sure you take the Shanghai Maglev train from the airport to the center of Shanghai. It's the world's fastest train. It's exciting because it's so fast. It only takes you 7 minutes to get into the center, and taking the train is a really fantastic experience.
Okay, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. You must visit the Shanghai Tower. It's a great place to see views of the city, and going up in the lift is really exciting.
I'm not sure about that one. Dad's afraid of heights.
Oh, that's a shame. Going up the tower is one of the best things to do in Shanghai.
Yeah, well...
It doesn't matter. Maybe you can just go to the area. You can enjoy it even if you don't go inside. It's beautiful from the outside too.
That's a good idea.
You can also enjoy the views of the city from the Bund along the river. It's a lovely place to walk in the evening and see the skyline. And you can eat at one of the fantastic restaurants while you're there.
Okay, that sounds good. Anything else? What about different areas of the city?
Oh, yes. You should definitely visit Tianzifang.
Sorry?
Tianzifang. It's the tourist shopping and cafe area in the old French district. It's full of narrow streets with little shops. It's a great place to buy souvenirs and to drink tea, of course. And it's beautiful to walk around and enjoy the historical European architecture.
Right, that sounds interesting.
Oh, and one other thing you have to do.
What's that?
Don't leave Shanghai without visiting the Yew Gardens.
Yes, I've heard about the gardens.
It's a beautiful green space, and it's very relaxing to walk around and take photos. You can see the amazing jade rock. It's so beautiful.
Be a better tourist.
There are traffic jams at Machu Picchu in Peru, and more than 30 million tourists visit the city of Venice every year. We all love travelling, but we have to accept that people also live in the places we visit. To make their lives easier, here are some tips you can follow.
Try somewhere different.
Why go to the same place as everyone else? Instead of going to the most popular festivals, you could try alternative destinations. For example, instead of going to Venice to see its famous carnival, you could try Annecy in France, where they recreate the magic of the Venetian carnival, but without the crowds. If people tried going somewhere different, the main tourist destinations wouldn't be so busy.
Time your trip carefully.
If possible, travel out of season, so that popular places don't become too crowded. If you plan a trip to Prague, why not spend a week there rather than just 2 days? Use the time to really get to know the city. When you visit Amsterdam, you can use a special app that sends notifications to your phone if part of the city is busier than usual. This way you can help avoid making long queues at museums.
See more than just the key sights.
If you go to Paris, you'll probably want to go sightseeing. Visit the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre, but don't just stop at the main tourist attractions. Travel to the edges of the city and see what you can discover there. You will have special memories of a city if you discover some local places for yourself.
Be respectful.
Try to find out about the local culture of the place you're visiting. If you travel to somewhere new, you'll understand the culture better if you read a book about its history or read a novel by a local author. Customs differ around the world, and it's important to understand and respect local customs and traditions. Tourist organisations in some countries, like Iceland and Japan, offer advice to tourists on how to behave and what not to do. You need to watch your body language. Is it polite to shake hands when you meet someone for the first time, or should you bow your head? If you get these customs wrong, you can easily offend people.
Say something.
Try to learn a few of the most common words or phrases. Hello, excuse me, thank you, and goodbye are all essential. If you try to speak their language, people will appreciate your efforts.
Keep it clean.
Don't leave a mess wherever you go. From the beaches of Goa to the streets of London, plastic waste is a huge problem for the environment. If everyone took their litter home with them, tourist destinations would be a lot cleaner and more attractive. When you visit somewhere beautiful, remember the saying, take only memories, leave only footprints.
How was your work trip to Mexico, Anna?
It was great. You know, I usually read about a city I am going to visit, but I was so busy before I went that I didn't have time to even think about Monterrey. The size surprised me. I guess I'd imagined it to be smaller. I liked it, though.
What were the people like?
Lovely. I mean, most of the colleagues I spent time with had travelled there from other Mexican cities, so only one person was from Monterrey itself, but they didn't seem very different from each other.
Did you have any free time?
I did. I had a free day and a couple of free evenings, so I managed to explore a few places while I was there.
Oh, where did you go?
Well, I went to the square in the middle of the city. That was interesting. Then I took a boat ride from there along the Santa Lucia River. It's not a real river, it's man-made, but it was the best part of the trip for me. I love being on water. I ended up at Fundidora Park, which was huge.
Oh, sounds great.
It was. Oh, I was invited to eat out at a restaurant next to the river one evening, but I didn't feel very well and didn't go. That was a shame.
Oh, no. Did you eat something bad?
No, I was just really tired that day from all the travelling. I needed some sleep. I actually loved the food. Too much.
You ate a lot of it then.
I did. I mean, I've eaten Mexican food myself at home, but not as good as the real thing. I particularly enjoyed breakfast. It was so different to my normal cereal. Some of the food was a bit hotter than I usually prefer, but I didn't mind.
Did anything surprise you while you were there?
Not really. I mean, the weather was warm but not hot, which I'd expected in October, and I knew the people would be nice because I'd met them online before. I guess one thing was the city buildings. I imagined them to be a lot older, but they were actually quite new.
Oh, sounds like a fun city to visit.
It was. I hope I get to go again, but not for a while. It was a long trip, and I need a week off at the local beach before then.
I'm hoping to go to Tokyo next year.
Are you? I've been there. You should definitely go.
Oh, really? What would you recommend I do there?
Well, there are a few things you absolutely have to see.
Okay.
Firstly, you must visit popular shopping areas like Shibuya.
Great, thanks.
And of course, you should definitely visit some of the traditional buildings too, like Sensoji. You can buy traditional souvenirs from there too.
That's a good idea.
Don't leave without visiting the fish market. You have to get up really early in the morning, but you can see all the fresh fish for sale, and you can eat the freshest sushi possible there too.
Oh, wow. How amazing.
Make sure you visit the National Garden in Shinjuku. It's a traditional Japanese garden, but it has plants and trees from other countries too.
That sounds interesting.
It's a lovely place to walk. You should take a train to Hakone, if you can, to see Mount Fuji, the famous mountain in Japan. And also try out the natural hot baths there. They're amazing.
That sounds great.
You really have to go out and see the nightlife in Tokyo too. It's really good. Karaoke is one of the most fun things to do in the city.
But I can't sing.
It doesn't matter. You can rent a room with just you and the people you're with, so no one else will hear you.
One. You hear a woman talking.
I desperately want to get our holiday booked, but we can't do anything until my husband knows which days he can take off work, and nobody seems to have decided that yet. I'm sure that if we wait much longer, the hotels we like will be fully booked, and the prices of the flights will have gone up. Maybe there won't be any seats left at all. I wish my husband's boss would hurry up and sort out the holiday dates, otherwise we might not be able to go.
2. You hear a young woman talking.
I really can't wait for this summer to end. This job looking after tourists is killing me. It's so exhausting and stressful. I thought it would be an amazing experience, living on a beautiful island with fantastic weather and going to the beach every day. But there are so many problems to sort out that I never get to enjoy it. I've realised that I don't actually like dealing with people after all, and I'd just like to sit in an office, work from 9 to 5 every day, and then go home and relax.
3. You hear a young man talking about an adventure he went on.
It was the most amazing thing I've ever done. Trekking through the jungles of Rwanda in search of gorillas, and then, after days, actually finding them was just so exciting and rewarding. To be honest, I wasn't really expecting to see any gorillas at all. They'd warned us that the gorillas are very shy and well hidden, and that sometimes even the experienced guides can't find them for days. So, I was prepared to be disappointed, but fortunately, that wasn't the case. Trekking in the jungle was quite a challenge and pretty uncomfortable at times, but it was so worth it to finally get close to these incredible animals.
4. You hear a man talking about a holiday resort.
This used to be such a beautiful place, with lovely views and endless forests and open spaces. It was so peaceful and calming. But over the last 10 years, so much building has gone on that it's completely changed the character of the area. Now all you see are hotels and tennis courts, and the development is still going on. I can't imagine why they allow it. Well, to make money, I suppose. It's such a shame that the local people only want to make profits instead of valuing the natural world around them.
5. You hear a teenager talking.
I only had 1 week's holiday this summer, and that was pretty awful. It wasn't the location, that was no problem. The hotel was comfortable, and the scenery was beautiful. And we were extremely lucky with the weather, thank goodness. But it was so annoying having to be with Mum and Dad all the time. I always had to do what they wanted, and there was no one else of my age around for me to talk to. It was only a week, but it felt more like a month, and I couldn't wait to get home and back to my friends.
6. You hear a girl talking about her summer holiday.
Well, it's going to be quite a long journey, but I'm looking forward to it. It will be more fun and interesting to take a bit longer over a journey and enjoy the experience. There will be a lot of facilities on board, and I've heard that the food in particular is great. My brother and I have got our own cabin, and we're looking forward to playing in the pool on the deck. I just hope we'll have good weather so the conditions will be calm.
7. You hear a young woman talking about a trip she made.
Last year, I travelled across Europe by train for a month. I made the trip alone because I don't have a problem with that. But I decided that I would set myself the challenge of never eating my evening meal on my own, because that's the one thing about travelling alone that I don't like. So, each day I needed to meet other travellers who I could talk to and eat with. Of course, I was very careful to always be safe. But when you travel alone, you meet so many other travellers that it was very easy actually, and I had a great time.
8. You hear a boy talking about a school trip abroad.
We've been waiting here for an hour and nobody's told us anything. Somebody said they thought there was a delay with the catering. Maybe the food and drinks for the flight haven't arrived yet. Well, I'd rather take the flight without refreshments than wait here for another hour. I hope there isn't something wrong with the plane. I always get nervous when they say that. I expect the plane hasn't arrived here yet. There's terrible fog in London, and it's very likely that it hasn't even taken off from there yet. The forecast was very bad for today. I'm sure that'll be the problem.
One. You hear a man talking to a travel agent.
So, where do you think you'd like to go?
Well, I'd really like to go somewhere warm and sunny. The weather here is so awful in winter.
At this time of year, you'll have to go south. We've got some excellent offers on cruises at the moment.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to spend hours on a ship.
OK, well, we've got some great beach resorts in Europe.
Oh, beaches? No, there's nothing to do on a beach. It's boring.
Ah, OK. Well, sightseeing could be a possibility. This coach tour of ancient sites in Italy is popular. Destinations include Rome and Pompeii. Shall I show you the itinerary?
Yes, please.
As you can see, the tour offers opportunities for going to see.
2. You hear a lady talking about a tourist centre.
This stone walkway on the coast of Northern Ireland is one of the country's most important tourist centres, the Giant's Causeway. Many visitors come each year to get off the beaten track and see Northern Ireland's first World Heritage Site. It's a special site of science and legends. For some people, these 40,000 pieces of basalt are a natural formation. For other people, the Giant's Causeway is the home of a giant named Finn McCool.
3. You hear a young man talking to his friend about an adventure.
I finally found somewhere I can use the internet.
Great. Everything going okay?
Yes, the last few days have been absolutely fantastic. I decided to go off on my own and visit some of the active volcanoes I'd read about before going on to the glaciers. So I booked a place on a tour with a local sightseeing company. With great excitement, we all met with our big rucksacks and started hiking along this beautiful landscape. We hiked for about an hour. It was so quiet and peaceful. And then suddenly...
Oh, wow. What happened?
Well...
What?
Well, suddenly we reached our first destination, the hot spring, and there were just hundreds of people everywhere. They were all swimming, laughing and joking. It was so lively compared to our peaceful hike up.
4. You hear a man talking about a journey.
Our journey was just a nightmare from start to finish. We had decided to catch the train because it's just less stressful than driving. So we were just waiting with our bags when we heard the announcement. Due to heavy snow, the train's departure has been delayed. When the time finally came to set off, my sister started searching her bag. I asked what she was doing, and she looked at me really strangely and said she couldn't find her ticket to board the train. We'd been sat waiting for so long, she'd forgotten what she'd done with it. We couldn't leave.
5. You hear a young woman talking about a trip.
We must check in 2 hours before our flight, which is at 9 a.m. That means we should set off at 5 to avoid the traffic. Then we'll have enough time at the airport to get the local currency too. I can't wait to get away from work for a while because the daily journey is just exhausting. I have to leave at 6:30 every morning. I can't wait to arrive. We'll have to put up our tent straight away, and then I think the best way to get around the area will be on bikes.